Hello all. So today I'm talking about a Honda with the P0457 code, what it is and how you go about fixing it. So what is a Honda P0457 code? Well, it's an evaporative emission system leak detected, fuel cap loose or off. And what does this mean? Well, the evap system was created to contain all the gas vapors in the gas tank and get sent back to the engine and get burnt off. And so the onboard computer is just seeing a leak inside of the system, and which is most commonly going to be the gas cap, but it can also be other things. So if you get this code and replacing the gas cap doesn't work, then I'm going to go through the other things that it could possibly be and what could be causing the issue. So obviously the first thing to check is going to be that gas cap. Be sure that it's got a good seal around it. Be sure that the seal around it's not broken or anything like that. There's nothing blocking it from going into the inlet or anything like that. And if it does look bad, you just go ahead and replace it. Just one thing is be sure to get an OEM original gas cap. And sometimes these third-party aftermarket gas caps, they don't work sometimes. So the best thing to do is to get the original one. Go to an auto parts store and order it. They'll usually have the original one. If you order one off of Amazon or something like that, some third-party gas cap, it might not work. It might not seal up correctly. So be sure to get an original OEM Honda gas cap for your year of Honda. And so if you do replace the gas cap and you know the gas cap's good and all that, and it still doesn't work, then the next thing to check is going to be the purge valve. Purge valve is located up inside the engine compartment. It'll have two hoses going to it, and it'll have a wiring harness. And what the purge valve does is it just opens up when the engine's running, so the gas vapors go into the engine and get burnt off. And when the engine's not running, it closes, so no gas vapors escape. It's just a real simple little valve, but it can leak sometimes. And if the wiring harness isn't plugged in good, or if the wires have an open or a short in it, it can also cause a problem. So check out the purge valve and check out this wiring harness. Be sure all the hose connections and everything are good. And these are pretty low cost items and pretty simple to swap out. A lot of people will go ahead and do that. The second thing to check is going to be the purge valve. And the next up is going to be the evap canister. And this is usually located up and underneath the Hondas, up by the gas tank, although that can vary, so be sure to Google your year of Honda. But they are usually located up and underneath the vehicle, and they'll have like 3 hoses going to it and a wiring harness. And these can leak and they can cause issues sometimes. And while they are straightforward to replace, they can be kind of a pain because it's up underneath the vehicle and you'll have like 2 straps or something along these lines and a bunch of hoses to remove. But number 3 is going to be the charcoal canister. And next up is just going to be all these hoses. All these hoses, they run around, they go all the way up here to the purge valve, back to the charcoal canister. And if any of these leak, they could cause an issue. And so go around and check all these connections where these hoses, because these connections quite often can have a crack in them when these hoses get old, or anything along these lines. Any kind of leak inside of any of these hoses is going to cause an issue. If you took it to a mechanic shop, what they'll do is they'll hook a smoke machine up to the evap system, they'll feed smoke into it, and smoke will come out where the leak's at, so they'll know where it's at. But if you don't have a smoke machine, you're just going to have to go around and visually inspect the hoses and see if there's a leak going on there with any of these hose connections running around. And so that's basically it. I just wanted to give a real quick brief overview of what you could do if you had a Honda with the P0457 code and how you go about fixing it. If you have anything to add, please comment down below. If you have any questions, ask me and I'll try to answer them. If this video helps you, please click like, please click subscribe, and have a good day.